So in this lesson we're going to look at how to solve linear equations that involve brackets. So we'll be using our previous lessons work to help us. So as you should know, when you solve an equation you're looking to find a numerical value for x. So in this case there are two ways of doing the first question. So I'll show you both methods. First of all, we could multiply out the brackets. So we could rewrite this as 5x minus 15 equals 35. Then we would start moving things around and rearranging this equation until we're left with the x on its own. So if I've got a minus 15 involved in this question, I want to start by cancelling that out by adding 15 to both sides. And if I add 15 to both sides, well, what I'll be left with is just the 5x on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, I'm going to have 50. So if 5x is equal to 50, then x must just be equal to 10. So that's one way you could solve that question. Now, just having another look at it one last time, another way we could do it is if we spot that 35 is directly divisible by 5. We could start, rather than multiplying it out, by dividing both sides by 5. So if we do that and divide both sides by 5, well, we'll cancel out the timesing by 5, leaving us with just x minus 3 on the left-hand side. And dividing 35 by 5 will give us 7. Now all we need to do is add 3 to both sides, and that's going to give us that x is equal to 10. Now in the second example, we don't have the luxury of being able to do that very easily because 6 does not divide into 50. Rather than doing that, we're going to multiply out the brackets. So we're going to write 6x plus 42 equals 50. Now, again, like in the previous example, we want to cancel out the operations that are happening on the left-hand side. So that, as I can see a plus 42, I can get rid of that by taking 42 from both sides. And you need to remember to do everything to both sides, otherwise the equation won't balance. So that's going to leave us with 6x on the left-hand side is equal to 8 on the right-hand side. Now, obviously I hope you can see that we divide both sides by 6 now, but 6, or should I say 8 divided by 6 is not going to be a whole number. Now I would write 8 over 6 as 8 divided by 6, which can be written as 4 over 3, which you should know already is 1 1/3. So x is equal to 1 1/3. On to the final page. Now this is an equation, but it's disguised in a written sentence. So Gilda thinks of a number and adds 7 to it. Let's think of her number that she's thinking of as x. So we're going to add 7 to it. She then multiplies her answer by 4. So we're saying that is then times by 4, and that result is 64. So the first thing to do in part A is to write out that equation interpreted through the words into some algebra. Now we've got to solve the equation. So we'll do this by multiplying out. So we're going to have 4x plus 28 is equal to 64. Now we're going to take away 28 from both sides to leave us with just 4x on the left-hand side. And if we take away 28 from 64, we're going to have 36. Now we're going to divide both sides by 4, so x is equal to 9. That's all the information you need to be able to answer the next exercise. Good luck!